Yep, it was. I had to update, so. You don't mind,
Who that?
Hey, what are you guys doing?
Did you get my message?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had to face an N-word.
The
Like
hint.
make it almost like a Z type thing. I just turned the engine set out. I had to turn them in.
Yeah. Well, I told you when I finally got mine to work, it didn't look like the pictures. I had to mess with my hinges to get mine to work.
I never thought of that when I was messing with my hinges till last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're together now, Mikey. Now shut up and don't call me stupid.
I just knew that they had to go together somehow. Like they couldn't sell it and advertise.
Bobby,
It would work with 27s.
Bobby, what do you think about someone calling you stupid?
I don't
depends
think
on,
I did that. Brandon might have, but I don't think I did.
depends on how stupid they were calling me.
Ever since you've been hanging around Brandon, you've been very rude to me.
Everybody has a little stupid. Nobody's smart. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they're smart. Are you in a race practice?
Man of practice.
Or a race practice though?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I haven't even I don't think I can join a race practice yet. Do we have a setup for this track?
Yeah, I'm sure I got something. Hold on. Let me go look and see.
Now everything looks funny to me, Mike. It looks funny to me now, Mikey.
Well, we probably ought to go and there's some things we can do to make in the settings to make it look right.
It looks funny to me now.
You wouldn't happen to have a protractor, would you, to like measure angles?
I've had it printed up a long time ago.
You do have a protractor? Awesome.
Yeah, I got the way I think it looks good. Everything lines up, Mike.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. You just need to get, if you get the angle, there's a place you can type the angle in at iRacing or inside of iRacing, and it'll render the image to where it compensates for the angle that it's at.
Looks good.
Phoenix. Mm-hmm.
Oh, happy Halloween. I don't have any candy.
It's trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
Smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. Oh wow. That's odd. That's crazy. The team setup's named with my initials, and it's version 5. What did I do to that last time? Oh well.
Let's check it out.
I obviously worked on a set last time we were at Phoenix. Change this to season 4, version 1. That's what we'll start with.
Hey, Robert, let me know how many people are in your session.
Well, at least 8.
Doesn't it show the number?
Bobby.
What are you doing? You actually practicing?
I always do.
Just kidding.
Robert practices probably one of the most of anybody I know. Good thing. Alright, there's what I got for us to start with.
I'm stuck here now for some reason. God dang, man.
Where are you stuck? Thanks, Mike.
No problem. Get us some qual sets and stuff.
That Meyer, or whatever his name is, he called me a piece of shit because I don't apologize.
You don't.
What?
You don't apologize.
Yeah.
You gotta work on that. Hope you learned your lesson.
Last race of the season.
What's going on, Mr. Cook?
How's it go? What you?
Good, good. Just ain't been on here in about 3 months.
Slowly.
Bruh.
Outside. Stay low. Outside is clear. Outside. Clear high. Slow car down low. Go high. Car stop down low. Slow car down low, go high. Car stop down low. Car stop down low.
Well, these guys out here are fast.
Car stop down low. Go high. Car outside, slow car down low, car stop down low, still there, go high, still there, hold your line, outside is clear.
you in a practice room, Mikey? Don't answer me. Jeez. You hear me, Bobby?
I can hear you.
He just doesn't pay no attention to anybody but himself. My bad. I'm having difficulty.
Slow car down low, car stop down low, go high. Go high. Car stop down low. Go high. Slow car down low, go high.
I'll get you for that.
Slow car down low. Go high.
You better run, Cody. You better run.
There, I posted the purchase setups for the week, like the VRS and the pay to win in there, so you guys can get qual sets and try some other stuff you want. I'm
Thanks,
gonna go
Mike.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna go grab last season, see if I bought anything last season to be worth.
Feels a little more slicker over there by the old start finish line. A little straight stretch. Gonna have televised, Bobby. You gonna race?
I'm not gonna race.
Where's Scotty? If they're not gonna race, you're gonna have televised.
I may. Or may stick around anyway. I don't know.
I'll take one.
Is anybody else having trouble in the corners? My car is just plowing.
Then you probably have to slow down.
Starting a new run.
That's what I'm thinking.
Get to it. Get to it.
Tire data updated. Slow car down low, car stop down low, go high.
I don't know what's going on with me. I guess it's just me. It's just me, Mikey.
What?
Mikey, I'm messing up everywhere.
You don't mess up.
I know. Just do it, right? Just do it, right? Just do it.
Slow car down low,
You know, I'm about to
Go
do
high.
it, but don't mess up.
starting a new run. Three-lap average 32.299. Tire data updated.
Corey's in here. Oh my goodness.
Corey.
Corey who? Just kidding. Did you say Corey's in Discord?
Yes.
Oh.
That's what I said.
Starting a new
Believe
run.
anything I say?
That's your fastest lap.
Well, I haven't heard him yet. I don't know.
Mikey called me stupid.
I didn't.
Mikey called me stupid.
No, I didn't.
Well, it sure came out that way.
It was probably Brandon.
Boy, I can go over there and fix it in 5 minutes.
I probably could have. I probably could have because I knew I had to make my hinge all weird to make it work. So I figured you had to do probably something similar.
Yeah, it was all weird. Scotty's in the room.
My $300 headset broke.
Go high.
Hey,
What headset did you have?
Oh, those Astro ones. It was just a screw.
Okay.
No, a screw
What
came
y'all
out of the
doing?
headset, so I gotta order a screw and replace it.
What year was it?
cool.
That's
I like
your
that
fastest
knob.
lap. New
Nice.
fastest 3-lap
It's only
average
like $13 on Amazon. It's
28.416.
aluminum.
Did y'all ever get his stand fixed?
Yeah, who? What?
Robert stand.
Yes, yes.
I fixed it.
Did you
Robert's
finally
mom,
fix it?
they're now touching.
Awesome.
Tire data updated.
Now my depth perception's off, Scotty, and I can't see, and I'm running into things. It looks like you out the track. Is what
Oh, that's funny. Thanks, Robert. You're so
'cause,
kind.
hey, Scotty, do you know how to close trading paints before you get into the race?
Yes.
Would you be willing to do that? I asked Robert to do it last week. He couldn't figure it out.
Yes.
You got to close trading paints. You got to go into your paints folder and delete all the saved paints out of that folder, and then you'll see the actual numbers.
why
That would be a huge
don't
help.
you do that?
Well, because I'm broadcasting, I want everybody to see the nice, colorful paint jobs on these cars, and then you'll have to go into iRacing settings and check and uncheck the button where it says to hide numbers or whatever. It's a pain in the butt, Scotty.
Is that in options?
Yes. But you got to do everything else first. Go turn off trading paints, and then go to your documents, iRacing paints folder, and then go to the stock cars 2, Mustang, or whatever it is you got to go to all three: the Mustang, the Supra, and the Camaro,
I
and
shouldn't
delete
have
all
to
the
delete them
paint.
if I'm just now getting in the race.
Well, it's
With it
unless
turned off.
unless you tell it to clean it up. I tell mine to leave them so it doesn't have to download them next time. So anyway, it depends.
I go into options, right, to turn off the other thing.
Yeah, the hidden numbers. Yeah,
Starting
yeah.
a new run. That's your fastest
Malik
lap.
Racing here, the guy I call Milky Way.
Oh my goodness, look at that. 6,800 or iRating. Strength of field.
I
What a
was,
race.
I was in the practice room and I was only 26, so I shouldn't feel too
It's-
bad, didn't I?
We're going to advertise whatever race that Cody Trilindi's in, since he's going to be the championship points winner.
Well, that's
I'm
the
not-
one that I'm in, the first one.
Okay.
Jordy Lopez, 26.
I thought he would make the top split, but I
Barely.
wasn't 100% sure. Yeah.
I think the lowest one in here looks like 5,700. That's Nuno.
Tire data updated.
Okay. So let me close this.
I wrecked Malik Ray once, accidentally, of course. Somebody got on the radio and
course.
says, "Oh, you wrecked Malik Ray," like I had wrecked the president.
You're probably like, and
Exactly. I didn't know the guy or who he was. I'd never heard of him before.
That's the guy I call Milky Way, Scotty.
And then I figured out, oh, he's a professional driver. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have taken him out like that.
well, if you didn't mean to,
Not that I did it on purpose, you know.
All right, then it wouldn't have
it's-
mattered.
Yeah, he wouldn't get out of my way, so the dozer came into action.
Cody Trivindi. Cody has 6,700 iRating. Yeah, he's definitely top split.
Scotty, these guys are doing 26, Scotty.
It's wild.
Is that race trim?
Oh, that's close.
I can see that.
26.638.
You ran a 27.2 in race trim.
Yeah, but I didn't do it today. I did a 4.
They're running 26 as if it's at night. I think I did some hosted session at daytime and I was doing 27.2s.
That's fast. I
Here,
did
Phoenix?
27.2.
Yeah, so I imagine at night they're going to be going quite a bit quicker. And I think I was a good 2/10 off what other guys were already running.
There's gonna be people getting loose and tires getting slick and loose. I felt it over by the old start finish line. It feels weird right there. Get onto it. Good place to get loose. I'm racing tomorrow, Scotty.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'll probably race tonight.
They're saying that Pelosi thing, Paul Pelosi, it sounds a little weird. Breaking and stuff.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
They think she paid him? It wouldn't surprise me.
Well,
That's
someone
funny.
they
Seems like if you hit a guy in the head with a hammer, it's going to do more than he ain't going to be talking.
when the police knocked on the door, one of the two greeted them at the door, and then they went to grabbing the hammer. And when they told him to stop, that's when that guy hit Pelosi in the head.
I see.
Yeah, he didn't swing it very hard, I'm sure.
Maybe she's looking for sympathy votes. Husband,
Yeah.
take one in the head for me.
She'll have her day.
Mm-hmm.
They usually do, don't they? Are you live now, Mikey?
I mean, the video's up, but no, we're not. No, I mean the video's up, but I'm not. We're not. Audio's not live or anything. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Man, what a day I had.
What kind of day did you have, Scotty?
Well, I was getting ready to log into iRacing about 9:30ish, 10 o'clock this morning. Do some practice running. And all of a sudden it hit me, oh, today is October 31st.
Halloween, so you had to run down and get some caddy?
Nope. My license expired on both vehicles today. So I drove one vehicle and AJ, stepson, he drove the other vehicle down to get them inspected, and then you have to sit there for 30 minutes per vehicle. That's required by the inspection law. Mechanics can't release the vehicle for 30 minutes after they get it.
Arkansas doesn't do the inspection anymore because all it was doing was lining the pockets of the gas station guys.
Well, of course. Yeah, well, Missouri still does them.
And then I have a new car, so I get my inspection sticker mailed to me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to go anywhere.
Well, if it's 5 years, if it's 5 years old, anything under 5 years old, you don't have to have inspected. And if it's 10 years or less than 10 years with less than 150,000 miles, you don't have to have it inspected. But our van is 6 years old and it's got 153,000. So
I guess the way I drive, mine will never get 100,000.
No, you'd be good to go for 10 years up here.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, guys.
20 miles a week? How are you 20 miles a week, Scotty? That's about what I do.
Yeah. All right, I got all the car numbers visible there, Mike.
Perfect, Scotty. Perfect. You're the man.
I can see them.
You'll be my guy I go to call out the who did what, when, where.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Yeah, you're good. That way you can come back and tell me who to look at, and we can review it together. Really good.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Here we go. We're going live. You guys
I'm
ready?
going to start watching back in the back around Brandon Schmidt area, guys.
All right.
Well,
I'm gonna turn.
that's where I'm
all right,
at too, Scotty.
I'm gonna turn the audio on. Here we go.
Go back a little further. I go backward.
All right, guys, we are live here at Area 51 inside the Alien Factory broadcast booth. Joined tonight by my broadcast partners, Mr. Scooter Scotty Stevens, along with the #1 team driver, Mr. Robert Cook. Guys, we are live here at Virtual Phoenix Raceway. The pace car is off, and they're getting ready to take the checkered flag here on Halloween night.
Green flag.
Yeah, they're not yet. They're not going to go.
Yeah, it's a green flag, Mike.
At the green flag, Mikey. All timers.
He's got the dementia kicking
Yeah,
in.
that's what he got.
Oh no, the pace car was off, but you know how they reconfigure the track. It takes a while to get back around.
And they're green, guys.
Well, usually a pace car goes in pit roads. I don't know where you wanted to go. If you went further past that, but okay.
Already cutting the dog leg back here in the back.
Yeah, not too deep. Not too deep.
Yeah, I'm watching back here in 17th. And they're 3 wide.
It's a little slick right here. I found right in that spot.
And they're going into turn 3. 3 wide,
3
almost
wide,
4 wide.
We almost had a little wreck there.
They're 3 wide back here with the #2 car.
think Andrew might have got it. Oh, they're going way deep down here.
3 wide again. Here they go into turn number 1.
I tell you what, this virtual or Phoenix Raceway been reconfigured a bit, but still the same track. But I tell you what, with the pace car going off there early in the lap, the guys have to hold up a bit. Takes a little bit of patience on the restart to get a nice clean restart here at Phoenix these days.
You got to go further down the track. You got to make it past turn 4 before you ever get to green flag.
Well, and I also want to tell you guys the competition is heating up here this week in the Xfinity Open in the high strength of field top split race, because guys, most of you may not know, but the Contender Series is getting ready to crank up and get started here. The Contender Series consists of 40 drivers all in the Xfinity car, and that is the bottom 20 from the Coke Series that has to race their way back in, along with the top 20 from the Road to Pro and the trucks. They all get into the Contender Series. It's a short series, but the top 20 at the end of it fills in that bottom 20 slots in the Coca-Cola Series for next year. So you have tons of contender race teams in here. The strength of field is just astronomical for this race.
Number 2 hit 26.
Hey,
looks like
yeah.
one car into. Oh, we got Paul up in turn.
Yeah, the one car is just trash.
Turn 2.
So, as I was saying, though, man alive, as we go back and look at this replay, the strength of field in this race, 68-43, and Scotty, that sets a new record for high strength of field this year. Here in the last race at Phoenix, we set a new record this season for the highest strength of field race. So, Scotty, I want to go to you and ask you which car number do I need to look at there for that accident.
Yeah, the number two car of Andrew Navarro.
All right, let's get here on
turn
the
to number
screen.
26, coming down the exit of 2.
Yeah, let's go
Brendan
look
Schmidt.
here for the. Let's go look here for the analysis. But the number 2 car, that's what we're going back. They're arguing about it right now on the track. So while they're arguing, Scotty's already took a look at it to see what he thinks of the
Caution,
situation.
yellow flag.
Let's go back here and see what I think and what you guys think. Maybe we'll get
Yeah.
Robert's input too.
And then, Mike, they
yo!
not only did they do that, they caused a big pileup after that. All the cars driving into turn 2 got piled up in there.
Nuno get involved with that too?
I think it collected Nuno. Yes, I think so.
Like one car got loose and then it was a chain reaction after that.
Well, I'm on the number 2 of Andrew
Well,
Navarro.
the 2 knocked the 26 going
Here we
into
go.
turn
Here we
2.
go. Here it is. Here it is. All right, guys. Let's pause right here just
And
for.
then the 15 hit the 10 and sent him around because the 10 checked up. 15 did.
All right, well, let's do this. I'm going to get our monitor going here in Area 51 broadcast booth.
Alright, this is the strength of field
it's
race
just
at
shift
Phoenix.
around here
Vegas would have
to
Strength of field
the
race at Phoenix.
like.
Watching live.
car chase camera. Actually, let's go up to the chopper.
I care
There
that
we
you
go.
ran my ass over.
No, they're still arguing about it out on the track. But let's see what happens here, Scotty.
So like late in the corner, bro.
Yeah, Andrew
I'm just
Navarro. Oh, there was
rolling
net
the
code.
center.
It's Brandon Schmidt. He
Oh,
got into
okay.
the back of Brandon Schmidt.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look here.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah, it looks like there was net code there, a little tiny bit of net code. Didn't look like a natural contact because Andrew Navarro just kept on driving like it never touched him, and I think there was a few inches of net code which sent, but it did turn Brandon Schmidt just like you said, Scotty. Now I'm interested in the cars right behind him. Who was it that was right there behind Andrew Navarro in that green car? Let's
The 88.
well, that's the 88 custom car.
Well,
but
the
Scotty,
10 checked up and the 16 hit him, I believe it was.
okay, well, let's go back there and check that
15
out.
hit him.
Scotty is the man
We're
tonight.
getting ready to go green again here.
Yeah,
Mike.
we're going green. I'm
All right, well, let's
focused
look
on
at
the
this
front
wreck
of the
right
field
here. Oh my goodness, yeah, that green car just bit it straight into the wall.
Yeah,
That
they
was
got the
the-
wall. They got trapped by the wall. One car
That's the
did.
number 2.
We're gonna watch Jordy Lopez.
The Prad.
We're going
Wow.
green, Mike.
Green, green,
All right,
green.
all right, we're going green.
Let's get up here to the. Let's get up here green. We're live.
4 wide. 4 wide.
Nuno's
People are
out.
Kind of punched everybody
There
up.
are several guys out of the race here.
Yeah, that crash took out 3 or 4 different people.
Back out on the track live, guys. This is the first lap green. Or lap 9 of 100. That was an early caution. Took several drivers out, including, I believe, well, Nuno, I think, is still turning laps. Or no, is he in the pits? I'm having a hard time looking here. I think he's still in the pits. Did a number in Brandon Schmidt's car. And number 10, Brer LaPrade, he took a nosedive head first into the wall, full speed. I think his car is going to be hanging it up for the night. There you see Ty Severa. Ty Severa was a regular in B Open last season, and he's been kind of spotty in participation this season, but he has made his way into this race. You see him there in that red, white, and blue pay-to-win car right there on the screen. That's Ty Severa.
Is that why he's going up now? Is he doing that?
Well, Ty Severa helps build and is part of Elliott Sadler Esports, and I'm sure he's there working with them on their setup. Plus, he is the B car builder, or at least was, and I think still is involved. There is a B car builder at Pay to Win, so he is in here putting his set through the paces tonight.
Mike, what do you think the strategy is going to be here tonight?
Well, one thing is just going to be to survive. I mean, this is a 100-lap race, and I know that there can be a lot of banging around here. Yeah, a lot of egos and a lot of banging around. I think there, Bobby. Guys, Nurse Bobby's joined the podcast, Nurse Bobby's joined the broadcast, and so yeah, I mean, it's hard to pass here. The best place to pass a lot of times is going in is in turns. What is it now? 3 and 4. But in 1 and 2, people shoot to the inside, and sometimes it's just rough. I mean, passing's a bit rough here, so sometimes you get a little bumping and banging around, Bobby. So keeping your car clean, at least for the first half of the race, is probably the name of the game tonight. And Scotty, what were you saying?
I said I believe saving tires is going to be important here tonight also.
Well, I think that's important pretty much each and every week in these B cars. Saving tire and making sure you don't burn up your rear right is super important to get really loose if you do. Guys, a lot of heavy hitters in this race. Yeah, you do. A lot of heavy hitters in this race tonight. Currently leading the race is the number 24 car of all cars. That's the iRacing number 24. Has an iRating of 6,300. That's Ryan Duquette. He is leading the race right now. The number 1 car, Garrett Maines, he's in second position. Or actually, maybe he's in 3rd position now.
I was going to go see my friend Milky Way.
Casey Tucker's making a pass on Jonathan Dalrymple going into turns 1 and 2. He's on the bottom side.
Yeah, that's for 10th position.
Elite race out of the race.
Yeah, that's for 10th position at pass, Scotty.
Andrew Navarro making a move on Cody Terlinde.
Well, also, Garrett Maines is running 3rd. We have Jordy Lopez Jr. He's the number 5 car in this race. Get this, the number 5 car in this race, guys, has a 7,600 iRating. 7,600 to be the number 5 car in this race. It's 5 guys with higher than 7,600 iRating. That is why the strength of field 68-43 tonight. Just amazing.
I knew that kid when he was a young putt.
Yeah. Well, guys, I want to comment here as well. There's just all the who's who is in this race tonight. The regulars as well. You got Tucker Minturn, Ty Severus making a reappearance here tonight. Cody Terlinde, your championship points leader. He is in 13th position right now. He's also the 13 car. You got Andrew Navarro, number 2 car. He is in 12th position. Spencer Kosowicz, there with Ryko, a teammate of Cody Terlinde. Always a heavy hitter when he's in the races. He is the 23 car in 15th position right now. As well as we got one of the pro drivers in the race tonight, Caden Honeycutt. We've seen him have some unfortunate luck in some previous races here recently. Blaze Crawford, 6 car, in 20th position. Anthony Federico, a mainstay here in the strength of field races we've been broadcasting. He's a 15 car in 24th. Oh, he's a 28 car in 23rd. And I'm not sure if he picked up some damage from that stuff, but it's odd for him to be running back in 23rd position in one of these strength of field races. But again, he is the 28 car. So a lot of stuff in here. Notable mention of somebody who's missing tonight, and that is Tommy Gossett, also with Ryko Motorsports, teammate of Spencer Kosowicz and Cody Schrindy. He's missing tonight. He could be racing. Somebody wants to check. He might be in the middle split. I mean, it took like, what, a 5,700 IRating just to get in tonight?
Yeah, 5,700 was the lowest.
So Tommy's either not with us, had something else going on tonight, or he actually was in the bottom, or not the bottom, but the second split of all things. So it takes a ton of IRating to get into this race tonight.
Hey, Mike, how many people signed up?
What was that, the Nurse Bobby?
I was going to say, I like the strength of field also, but how do you feel about this long run that we're having right now? Do you start saving gas? What do you do right now? We've been about, like 10 laps in now?
Yeah, we're on lap 22 of 100 at this point, and I think that
is gas a concern? Do you save gas, or do you go from here?
Yeah, I would just go. I would pit, because your fall off from the tires is gonna is gonna be pretty big. So these guys, the main thing is not necessarily gas. I maintain the main thing is keeping your car clean. I mean, obviously
tires.
I'm kind of wanting to do a combination of both right now if I'm in the top 10. The people in the back, I feel maybe have to push a little harder.
Yeah, and it's not that this is like Bristol or Martinsville, and where you have tons of cautions. But there usually is a couple big wrecks, guys trying to get around, and you can race 2 and 3 wide around turns 1 and 2. And so, when you're trying to pass and it's difficult to get around, some of these guys will go 2 and 3 wide, and it just ends up in some unfortunate circumstances a lot of times. However, I mean, it is a wide enough track. If everybody pays attention to what's going on, it could go the rest of the way green as well, so that always comes into play as well.
And Caden Honeycutt has moved up into 14th position. He just passed Daniel Smallwood. He's working on the 21, Tyler Gary.
Sometimes you got to go way deep on that dog leg to make your pass, too. So be careful coming back up on the track.
And number 17, Tyler Hirsch, is making his way forward, too. He's getting ready to overtake 13, Cody Kalinde.
Yeah, we have several pro licensed drivers in here. And if we look there on the stat sheet, you got Ryan Duquette, who's leading the race. Jordy, excuse me. I don't want to misread these names, but Jordy Lopez, Garrett Maines. You also have James Wenzel, Brendan Kohler. I mean, they are all pro drivers. We have a ton of guys with a pro license, because you got to remember, all the guys that just made it through Road to Pro, that have made it into the Contender Series, that's racing their way up from the bottom to get into the Coke Series, they all have a pro license, along with all the Coke drivers that were in the bottom 20 that's coming back down to the Contender Series to race their way back in. They all have pro licenses, and guys, this race is flooded with pro licenses.
Yeah, it was like a 6,800 strength of field, I believe.
Yeah, you don't see a race every day where half or more of the guys in the race have a pro license.
No, just about every driver is pro.
Hey, Scotty, if you're Garrett Maines right now in 3rd place, what do you do? Do you just ride, or do you try to take 1st position from here? I mean, he's in 3rd.
No,
he's running pretty good.
If I'm in 3rd place like Garrett Maines right now, I'm just gonna set the cruise control and just follow along there on 2nd place. And no, I wouldn't push forward till 10 to go.
So you just hang. He is the number 1 car now.
Well, that's true, but I mean, why burn your stuff up when you can just hang back and save gas and save tires, and you wait till you got about 10 to go and then make a move. It's not like he's losing position right now.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a pit stop anyway. So.
That's right. Yeah, I would just set the cruise control, which is probably what he's doing. It don't look like he's trying to make any gains. What would you do?
I would. Me personally, if I were Garrett in 3rd, I'd try to push for 1st, because I don't know. I think that leading the race is probably one of the best things you can have right now because track position is important, especially at this track.
We
Because
just had a pass for 4th position.
James
Looks
Wenzel.
like Brandon Kohler, maybe? Or is that 5th? 5th position, I'm sorry.
James Wenzel, number 22 car, is in 4th. Ryan Duche's a 24 car, and he's in 1st.
And doing very well, I would say. He's got a half-second lead on 2nd place.
I'm kind of going with Scotty. I think I'd just drive around and just no reason to burn anything up or try something, you know.
Well, if you try to push too hard, you might end up losing position because you may fall back to those 3 coming behind you there.
Yeah, when you start racing, it gives you a chance for the rest of the field to catch up.
That's right.
I think right about now people are showing their hands on how good their setup is also. So
Yeah,
that may be a factor.
To the race, so I'm sure that the cars that are falling back are falling back due to tire wear.
I'm looking at the top 10 guys right now. They're pretty peaceful. Notice some of these top guys on the they're not, up front. They're not really diving down and below the way below the dog leg, unless they're making a pass.
No, the only ones diving really below the dog leg are the ones trying to get an advantage on the guy in front of them. Which you can do that if you can run fast through that dog leg and you come out ahead of the guy that you're trying to pass. That's a good place to pass him at.
Scotty, what are the odds that we have a clean green flag pit stop?
Well, I'm going to have to give that one. I'd say 50%. I'm going to go straight up the middle with that question because
going into pit road, a little hard here. A little hard.
All it takes is one guy on fresh tires to overshoot and somebody slow be in front of him, and they both go the same direction.
That too, don't you, Scott?
Oh yeah, I know all about that. Yes, sir.
Pit road is not all that easy to get into either.
No, it's not real easy. You can miss it here pretty quick.
That, or you're going to go in there with too much speed and get a speeding penalty.
Yes. It will be interesting to see the green flag pit stops. They probably should be pitting, I would think they would pit somewhere around 51, 52. Maybe 55 or 60.
Very good. Wasn't attention.
I haven't ran a full tank of gas. Has anybody ran a full tank of gas to see how far you can go on one?
Who is
I
that?
don't think that's really going to matter. I mean, at this point, if there's a caution, I think they're going to have enough fuel to make it anyway. And two, even if they could run the entire race on one tank of gas, you're going to want to stop for tires anyway. I don't think anybody's going to run a successful race and be competitive trying to run 100 laps on one set of tires.
Yeah, Tyler Severa is making a move right now on Brian Mercurio. He's underneath him, and we're coming out of turn number 2. But he didn't make the pass, but he got underneath him. He just couldn't make it last. But I look to see Tyler Severa make a move here and real shortly in the next few laps on Brian and take over that 8th spot.
Caden Honeycutt just made a move on Jonathan Derrinkle, completing the pass.
Yeah, Caden's been moving forward. I've been watching him for a while. He's moved up from like 19th, I think, somewhere in that area.
Yeah, he started 25th, right?
Now we're focused on the one car of Garrett Maines there in that black, and it looks like out of a neon yellowish green collar on the car there, and he is doing pretty well for himself. The one car running 3rd place in this race currently, and you see the 2 cars right in front of him. They're VRS drivers with VRS sponsors on their car, and they're right there. They're positions 1 and 2. That's Ryan Duquette and Jordy Lopez Jr. They are right there in front of Garrett Maines. Garrett Maines keeping up with them, and then right behind him is another matching car. 2 more of them is James Wenzel and Tucker Minter.
And Tyler Severa just dove it in underneath Brian going into turn 1 and still can't get him on the exit. He just can't get that run off the exit that he needs. But I think he's definitely a faster car than Brian, and Brian just keeps taking his line away from him.
Don't you hate that?
Oh yeah, there's nothing I hate worse than somebody blocking me. And you know, it's not like Ty Severa was just following him for the whole race. He drove up to him to catch up to him, and now he's looking to pass, and Brian just will not be courteous.
Oh, Brian got looks like Brian got a little loose coming off the corner.
Well, what I do in that case is I just stay on their bumper and make them nervous and push them, and maybe act like I'm going to the high side or low side and get them off their game and get them watching the mirror, and then they hit the wall, and then you go around them.
Talking about hitting the wall, we almost had Brian almost tapped the wall there.
Yeah, Ty Severa, the number 7 car there with Pay to Win, said we talked about him making an appearance here tonight. He's struggling a bit. He's fell back to 9th position now as the number 7 car. He was up a few positions higher than that earlier in the race, and still keeping the top 10. And if you can stay in the top 10 in a 6,800 strength of field, that's saying something. But definitely he's lost a couple of positions here. Let's kind of see how this thing works out for Ty there in his Pay to Win setups car.
Yeah, we got Brandon McKasick and trying to pass Brendan, the 25 car, and the 14 car for 7th and 6th. He's been working him over for a good bit too. Been watching both of these sets of guys. They're trying to get them positions and working them guys over.
Brandon, I think he's going a little high in turns 1 and 2 here. Is that Brandon? On the outside?
Yeah, and you notice he's getting a good run off the exit. That's Brendan, B-R-E-N. Yeah, number 14.
Brandon, yeah.
Lap 45. Robert, when do we start seeing pit stops?
Well, it's going to probably be about 50 or 60 laps. I think 60, as far as you want to go.
Looks like Brendan's now making a move.
He got laid on the gas there, didn't he?
Yeah, he gave him the spot, gave him the position. The 14 got on the brakes and let the 25 go through. And that's not a bad thing to do sometimes, especially if he just won't leave you alone.
No one's losing time out of the deal, you know. And,
that's right. He's still making the same lap time. But I look to see Brandon McKissick pull off and leave him now because I know he's faster than before.
Oh yeah, the 14 let him go.
Yeah, he braked. You can see him. He just almost looked like his car stopped for a second.
He was riding up a little higher in the corners and stuff, and he decided to go ahead and let him have it. Like he said, he was getting a good run off on one there.
Yeah, he's wearing his tires. I'm sure he's starting to wear his tires more. Sometimes it's not worth putting up the
real
fight.
Close to the wall. He's going into a little chart. He's getting real close.
It's not worth putting up the fight and burning your stuff up. That's if somebody catches me from 5 seconds back, I usually hit my brake and let them go, because chances are I might catch them again after they wear their tires out.
You think we're going to see a Ross Contain move here tonight? It's possible, you know. Probably get a good run off the wall there, that last corner there.
Well, you might be able to run 1 and 2 up against the wall there.
Well, I'm looking at there at 3 and 4, and he's going to go in there hard and stay high.
Just let the wall keep you on the track.
Yeah, just let her go. That's taking the checker.
Guys, as we come around here to lap 50, we just crossed lap 50. Looks like Ryan Duquette is going to be our halfway challenge winner. That's the Area 51 Alien Factory podcast halfway challenge winner. Check out our podcast Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We have new guests each and every week. Check out the previous podcast from last night. We had a special guest, Ray Barcombe. Title of the podcast was A Million Laps. And Ray Barcombe is part of a club of only 2 people in all of iRacing that have now turned 1 million laps. As we head into the second half of the race here, we're now officially on lap 51 of 100. We're going to start looking here as we get to lap 75 or 80 for that stintanalyzer.com Hard Charger Award. That goes to the driver who has gained the most positions in the race at the end of the race, sponsored by StintAnalyzer.com. We appreciate Ricky Thompson for a couple of things. Number one, for writing, developing, maintaining Stint Analyzer. So many of us and so many teams and so many drivers in iRacing use that to help us to get our time and feedback on our tires and time and like everything. It has to do with a lot of driver development, and teams use it as well. And then also he's wrote that, developed it, but not only that, he has an advertisement bar there at the top, and he graciously advertises and has our podcast advertisement right there across the top bar in Stint Analyzer. So if you guys are using the Stint Analyzer software that Ricky Thompson wrote for us, if you check on that top advertisement bar, you'll see an advertisement there for the Alien Factory podcast, 10 p.m. Sunday night. So we worked with Ricky and have developed this StintAnalyzer.com Hard Charger Award, and is to advertise him and what he does and show appreciation to his contribution to the iRacing community. So thank you, Ricky Thompson, and we appreciate StintAnalyzer.com, and we can't wait to crown a hard charger tonight for the StintAnalyzer.com Hard Charger Award.
You got a person lined up for this Sunday, or we're going to have Brandon in this Sunday podcast, Mikey?
Well, this Sunday's podcast, I think we've lined up. I'm going to been talking to Cody Trelindi, is our championship points winner.
Right,
As well. I mean, it's not official yet, but I'm telling you, I crunched the numbers, and I think that Cody could start in park tonight and still win the Xfinity Open Series here in iRacing this year.
He mentioned that last week kind of jokingly.
Mike, who's your pick for the Hard Charger award for tonight?
Well, I've been focusing, Bobby, mostly on the stuff going on up front. I mean, we have a hot race up here. First, second, third, just 1, 2, 3 lined up here. There's about a car length or two, maybe 2 car lengths in between each position. You have the teammates there of Ryan Duquette and Jordy Lopez. That is followed closely by Garrett Maines. And so, like, those cars are really establishing themselves as dominants. And I've really been focused on that part of the race. But if you guys have been watching the guys moving up through the field, please let the viewers know who our candidates are. The guys have been charged up through the field so far in this race.
So who would be Mike?
Tyler Gary.
Yeah. Who won the number 1 car? Who would be Mike's pick? That's what I want to know.
Mike has no pick. He's going whatever we
Mike
say.
won't let us know his secrets.
Well, I'm gonna say Brandon McKissick, number 25. He is on the run. He's moving forward. He is running down James Winsell, and
but he started 10th.
He may pass him before we get to pit stops.
Robert says he started 10th position, so he's moved up 4 places. But he's definitely strong in this race. There's a shot of Brandon McKissick's car. So yeah, he started. I'm not sure if anybody's started in the back that's worked their way up really far yet, but I know Robert's usually in charge of finding that hard charger at the end of the race. So he might be keeping more of a tabs on it than I am.
I like Cody. I like Cody too.
He moved up from 26
They're already
to 15.
making pit stops already. That Tyler guy that I mentioned, car 21. Yeah, there they go. The lead people are pitting now.
Yeah, and it's about time. I mean, we are 59 laps into the 100-lap race, so now's about the time you're going to start seeing some of the leaders go in, and so I think it's going to be a lot of action happening in the pits coming up, and hopefully these guys will get some good pit stops. And the only thing that can hurt them now, especially the guys in the lead, is if we see one of the guys diving in right now, and that is Brandon McKissick.
4 more coming in.
Ooh, that's close.
Brandon McKissick goes in, Tucker Minturn goes in, James Winthal goes in. So we've got several of the top guys going in. Let's just hope they don't go in too hot and get a speeding penalty here. That's the only thing that hurt them at this point.
It was going in awful hot there, didn't it, Robert?
Yeah, it sure did. Looked like they almost saw a replay of what happened to you last week 4 last. You and Mikey getting together there. It's pretty close. You guys are hitting.
They're supposed to be slowed down by that yellow line, aren't they?
Yes.
Here we see a whole
slowing down for the yellow line.
Yeah, guys, here's a whole other line of them coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 cars coming in all at once here, led by Brian Mercuro. He is leading that pack in right now, and several cars, 6 of them coming into pit. So, you're going to see him coming in packs of like 4 or 5. I don't think you're going to see 20 cars all piled up at once coming in the pit road, but you'll see 4 or 5 of them coming in at a time, coming in getting a fresh set of Goodyear tires on those race cars to head back out on the track. Guys, it's on lap 62. We're down to 38 laps to go, and we still have some of these cars that have not came in yet, but very few left down the track. It looks like Nuno came in on lap 7, Kenny Brady 19, and Brandon Schmidt was on lap 7. They have not came in to pit as of yet.
They're involved with that wreck earlier.
Yeah, Tyler Severa's on pit road.
And Scotty, I think they have to be down to 45 miles an hour at the cone.
Yeah,
that's a little bit further down.
Yeah, I was watching Ty Severa come in. I seen the cones and the white line there. Yeah, I found it.
Well, we just watched that crew of 6 come back out on the racetrack. They're on their first lap out, and you see all them on your screen right now. Those guys are booking it on those fresh Goodyear tires. Just make sure they don't have any mishaps here on cold tires for the first lap or two. But once those babies get warmed up, they're going to be hauling here for a few laps. And guys, I'm looking at our pitting chart here. I have up in my broadcast screen, and I just want to confirm all the top guys, all the guys in the lead lap, all the top guys, they have now came in and pit. So everybody's back out on the track. The green flag pit cycles are complete, and so every position that somebody gains on the track now is going to stick. It's going to be counted towards the end because there's no lingering guys out there that are doing a super long pit. So they're 3 wide right now, as you see on the screen, headed into turns 1 and 2 there.
Tyler Gary, I think that's pronounced right, car number 21. He's in 4th place right now. He started with 27, and he's in 4th.
Yeah, I'll tell you a surprise here, unless he's on like an alt account or something, but that's Ryan Duquette, who's leading this race, the 24 car. He's in the bottom third of the IRating guys with IRating here in this race, so he's definitely a surprise. I think he's led just about every lap of the race. I mean, ever since that restart that happened on lap 9 or 10, he has led ever since then. He came in, and I think he held out, was one of the last groups to go in for tires. So he's led pretty much every lap since lap 9. There might have been a lap or two there during green flag pit stops that he might have given up the lead for a couple of laps. But he is still right now strongly in the lead, followed by Garrett Maines and then Tucker Minturn. James Winsel didn't have that good of a pit stop, guys. He has fell back now. He was running in 2nd place behind his teammate Ryan Duquette, and he's now back in 5th position with Garrett Maines, Tucker Minturn, and Tyler Gary have all gotten ahead of him. Tyler Gary pitted in lap 58, so his tires are 3 laps older, and I'm sure that's going to come back to make a mark on him here as this race continues. When the tires start to fall off, he's going to have 3 laps on his tires, and he may fall back a bit.
Yeah, Tyler Severa just passed Jonathan Dalrymple for, I believe it was 8th place.
I tell you what, Ryan Duquette, not only has he led all these laps, but he had a strong pit stop. As you can see there on your television screens, there is nobody else there in the camera with him. He has definitely established himself. Garrett Maines is the closest to him, and he's about a second behind him. So yeah, man, I tell you what, not only was he leading and had a strong first half of the race, he had a strong pit stop, and he has checked out and has really established himself as the front runner for the race. And there you see a couple of the cars back there about half a straight stretch behind him. Hey, Scotty, you know what time it is, man? We are at lap 69, headed to lap 70. It's time to get down there on the track, and we're going to crank it up. There we go.
Crank it up, bro. Crank it up, Mikey. Crank it up.
Get him right down on the track. All right, guys, we're looking at Jonathan Dalrymple now here on the track with Casey Tucker. They're battling for 9th and 10th position. And so, every position you can move up here is going to mean a lot. And really the big thing for these race teams tonight on the track is all the guys that are in the Contender Series and all the teams represented here tonight, they are really, really working out and shaking out those sets as they get ready for the big race in the Contender Series this week. This week marks the beginning of the Contender Series. The very first race is this week. It's going to be here at Phoenix, and that's why all these top teams have their best drivers out, shaking out those sets. You see all the pro drivers in this race tonight, and that's why they are all here tonight, is working out the setups, trying to get everything down, getting every 100th of a second they can get as they head into that Contender Series race tonight. Or not tonight, but later this week.
What is that race? Thursday or Wednesday? You guys know?
Yeah, Robert, I believe it's Thursday. Don't hold me to that, but the Road to Pro ran on Thursday night, and I'm pretty sure the Contender Series is going to continue there. I know the Coca-Cola Series runs on Tuesday nights throughout the regular season. But the Contender Series, it's either I believe it's Thursday, but it could be tomorrow. I'll have to check on that. Maybe we'll make a post. If anybody out there watching knows what night the Contender Series is going to run this week, just throw it there in the live chat for us, and we'll announce it here on the broadcast. And iRacing broadcast those Contender Series races, so you go to iRacing.com, and they should have the information there, and you can watch those live. Those are the guys that are trying to race their way into the Coca-Cola eNASCAR Series, and that's where all the big money payouts are at here in iRacing.
Damn, it's really hurting Nuno. He's falling back.
Yeah, they just crowned the winner of the Coca-Cola Series here last week. After the Tuesday night race last week, and he got a big fat check for $100,000 to the winner of the eNASCAR Coca-Cola Series.
He got a pretty nice trophy too. I seen that Earnhardt Jr. him was holding the trophy.
There we see. We got on the screen now, focus on Spencer Kosowicz. He's a 23 car running 17th there for Ryko in this race. And there right behind him is the car of Justin R. Smith. He's right on his tail. A lot of good racing action there as they are fighting there for 16th and 17th, or 17th and 18th position. Anthony Federico, 28 car, is currently in 19th position. So look, the guys in the back there's competition, guys. Robert, Scotty, Bobby, there is competition in this race. Claire, from the number one car, the guy in first place, Claire back to the guys in the back of the field. That's how strong the level of competition is here tonight in this race with all these pro drivers, the top guys in the series here at Xfinity Series and iRacing. They're all in this race, and every inch of the track there is competition tonight.
Yeah, Mike, we got the 21 is starting to fall back. The 14 of Brendan John Kohler just went around him, and now the 21 is back to his inside, trying to fight back for that position, but I don't think he's going to get it. I think the 14 is going to pull him on the outside there and clear him, and he's got the spot. And the 2, Andrew Navarro is right behind him, getting ready to make his move to the bottom, and he's underneath him now.
We're going to stick with this battle here for a while. This is where a lot of the action is on the track with these cars right here, all fighting for position. Just want to mention though that Brendan John Kohler, he is a driver there for Elliott Sadler Esports. They have a huge support team there with the guys that build the Xfinity sets. And he is trying to race his way in the Contender Series into the Coca-Cola Series for next season. So a lot on the line for them here. And I tell you what, a fifth place run right now, and he is gaining momentum and he is working his way up. But a fifth place finish, even if he finishes in fifth, a top 5 here in this high strength of field race, definitely they can go home knowing that their set is a strong set here as they run it in competition against everyone else that is out here testing their sets for that Contender Series race later this week.
We got a fight right now with Andrew right here.
Cody Terlinde and Craig Janzik are racing for position back here in 15th.
Is this the highest strength of field we had this year? I thought we had an earlier one.
Yeah, announced that at the beginning of the race. This sets a new record for the Xfinity high strength of field, the Xfinity Open Series high strength of field races this year. The previous record was a 6,700 strength of field, which happened a few weeks back. But this one is the record this year. The IRating in this race, strength of field, average IRating 68.43. And just that is, you're talking about the top 0.1% of all iRacers on the service is here tonight. Maybe less than that.
0.001 probably.
Yes, probably the 0.0001%. We're talking about the best of the best of the best is in this race tonight, hammering it out. And Ryan Duquette still in the lead. If you look up on the ticker on the screen there, if you're watching at home, right now he's built his lead out to a 1.7 second lead over Garrett Maines, and he is 1.8 seconds ahead of third place, which is Tucker Minturn.
When did Ryan pit? He pit one of the early ones, or did he pit a little late?
Tucker Minturn, Robert, he went in on lap 61, so he was in the middle crew. Ryan Duquette and a whole bunch of guys, the first crew of the leaders, went in on lap 60. Then Tucker Minturn was in the next wave on lap 61. And then Garrett Maines, the number one car in this race, he went in the last group there on lap 62. We're going to check back now. I think there's a real strong competition and race here between the second and third place positions, and that is Garrett Maines and Tucker Minturn. Here in this race, Garrett Maines the 1 car, Tucker Minturn the 3 car. And if you guys are not familiar with iRacing, the 1 car that's stamped on, now they're running custom numbers on their car, but iRacing ranks the cars from highest iRating or skill level to the lowest in the race, and the 1 car is the guy that has the highest iRating in the race.
I wouldn't go with skill level. No, I wouldn't go with skill level.
Well, sheer speed.
I wouldn't say that either, because it could just be they race more races, and
I tell you what, you could race races all day long.
Determine skill level necessarily.
If you can race races all day long, Scotty. If you're the slowest car on the track, all that's going to do is make you have a horribly low iRating. You got to be fast and race races. You got to be both. And
that's true.
That's
there.
Yeah, but that's
definitely they're highly skilled. Yeah, definitely highly skilled.
And very fast. And so, yes, you got Garrett Maines. He has the highest iRating in the race. He's in second. Tucker Minturn has the third highest iRating in the race. He's in third. Now, Andrew Navarro is the number 2 car, according to iRacing, and he's back in 7th position, still respectable. But Andrew's not keeping up. There you see a shot of his car right there on the screen here in that black, white, and purple car. Not quite keeping up with the guys that have the other low numbers in the race of 1 and 3, but definitely there in the mix. I mean, he's in 7th position, giving it all he's got, racing real hard right now against Tyler Gary.
Hey, Mike,
Tyler Gary is one of the low guys on skill levels, and he's in 6th place. I guess
there is no low guy. Skill level in this race. Everybody in this race is the best of the best. I mean, there is no low guy in skill level.
Right. They all outrank us, so there you go.
I thought you were saying your iRating had to do with your skill level.
The worst guy in this race. The worst guy in this race is definitely better than I am on my best day.
That's right. I agree with Mike there.
That's why they all have pro licenses and I don't.
That's exactly it. Yeah. This is the best of the best in this race.
Tyler Gary is blinking a little bit, but he's holding on to 6th place right now. I think Andrew's going to get him here pretty soon.
Yeah, I've been watching that one too, Robert. It looks like Andrew's got a faster entry there, but he just can't quite get to him. But he's working him over, and while he's doing that, Ty Severa's coming up behind him.
Yeah, Yeah, and we're focused here on the live shot for the broadcast. I went back and focused on Garrett Maines, Tucker Minturn there as they are lined up nose to tail there in second and third. But right behind them, you see Nuno, one of the mainstays. That's Nuno Maya, one of the mainstays here in the Xfinity Open racing that we have here in iRacing.
He's damaged though right now.
And he took a lot of damage in that opening wreck, and he's a lap down at this point, maybe two. It's a bit rough on him with all that damage. But as of right now, on fresh tires, he's hanging with these guys in the lead. It looks like he may have waited a while to go into the pits. Nuno, it shows, pitted on lap 69. So he has a bit fresher tires. So his fresher tires is making up for that damage, at least here for a few laps. He's racing with the leaders right now, even though he is a couple laps down. So, yeah, I just wanted to put...
Not a couple. He's 19 laps down.
19 laps down. He had a lot of damage to fix. So just wanted to focus on Nuno for a minute in the race. Had some tough luck there at the beginning of the race. He is the 29 car in this race. So, shout out to our B Open regulars here in iRacing. So a little tough on him there with that damage, but he's out making the best of a bad situation.
Andrew almost pulled off a pass on Tyler there, but
yeah, he had a nose on Tyler, but he couldn't get any farther than that.
Yeah, there is Andrew Navarro here back there as he's trying to make a move to get around Tyler Gary here for sixth position.
Tyler goes in there. Go ahead.
Robert, we're winding down. We're on lap 95 of 100. There's only 5 more laps to go in this one, guys. And Robert, who is our candidates for the state analyzer?
Tyler Gary.
So where did Tyler Gary start?
27th and 6th place right now. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on to that entry. Really fighting pretty good.
Racing your way up through the field here at Phoenix. Started in, you said, 26th position, 27th position. 27th position. Worked his way up to 6th place. If he can hold on to 6th place, that'll be a total gain of 21 positions tonight. Absolutely amazing in a 6,800 strength of field race. Tyler Gary, he is on board to be your StantAnalyzer.com Hard Charger Award winner tonight.
And he's one of the ones with the least amount of skills going on there, right? Yeah.
I don't know if I can go that far, but Tyler Gary just blinked out. Remember, we already covered it. There is no low-skill driver in this race. Period.
Like I said, I thought you said that the numbers had to reflect on their skill level. So
I was explaining the operating number system that they put on cars each race, and then everybody's running custom numbers that overrides that. I was just explaining that to the viewers. But we are up here now, riding along with Ryan Duquette as he is he's strongly in the lead here, 1.8 seconds ahead of Gary Maines here with 3 to go.
I hope nobody takes us serious when we talk like that.
No, with the skill levels, no, hope not.
Here we go, Garrett Maines, Tucker Minturn fighting over second place. Looks like Tucker has a bumper there on the inside of Garrett Maines as they went around turns 1 and 2. They popped out here on the backstretch, and Garrett Maines held on to his position.
Well, Andrew tried to do a Hail Mary pass there, and he drifted up a little bit on 3 and 4. Or 1 and 2 there.
We just took the white flag. Let's
he went way high.
Ryan Duquette, as he heads in here to take the checkered flag, heading into the backstretch right now. He has this thing strongly wrapped up unless somebody gets into his way here. He's coming up with some traffic. Brandon Schmitz there with him, and he takes the checkered flag. The winner tonight's race, guys, is Ryan Duquette. Second place, Garrett Maines held on to second place. Third place, Tucker Minturn. James Winsel worked his way back up to 4th place from 5th. Brendan John Kohler finishes in the top 5, rounds out your top 5. Tyler Gary is your official StantAnalyzer.com Hard Charger Award winner tonight. Running from 27th position, Robert Clare up to 6th place. I'd like to thank our number 1 team driver, Robert Cook, who is in charge each and every week of identifying our StantAnalyzer.com Hard Charger Award winner. Robert, thank you for doing that for us. We appreciate it.
I think we had a few guys got speeding penalties. I think Jody Lopez must have got one. Brandy McKissick must have got one.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we talked about. When they were hitting the pits going in real hot into the pits. I mean, you got to do it so you don't lose track position. But the one thing that can kill you, the kiss of death on that, is coming into the pits a little too hot and getting a speeding penalty on pit road. That's a 40-second penalty. That puts you a lap and a half down here at Phoenix.
I know at Talladega it's like a minute and 47 seconds. I know you don't want one there either.
Yep, yeah. And if any of you guys know Ryan Duquette, Garrett Maines, Tucker Minturn, who finished in the top 3. I know these guys aren't regulars in the strength of field race, so they don't pop in for interviews after too often. I know our tradition here is to interview the top 3, the podium finishers here each and every week. These guys are guys who are coming down just to race here, getting ready for the Contender Series, so they may not have invites into our server. So if anybody knows them, tell them they're more than welcome to come in here to the broadcast booth with us, and we will be happy to do an interview, talk to them for a minute, and if they're selling setups, they can tell us where to get those and advertise a bit. But I really want to hear from them and what the race was about. But also, I'd like to hear might shoot Cody Trelindi a message if Ken, if you're watching, Ken Byron, the team owner over there at Ryco Performance, if you want to send Cody over our way, I think this is going to make it official.